And speaking of music, I'm here with Houston Bernard. And Houston, it's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Everything's cool, right?
Yeah, totally.
All right. So, you were here a while ago. I think, I want to say maybe about 6 years ago.
I want to say 4 years.
4? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm old, so
Five
time
maybe.
goes by. Yeah. Well, that's great. One thing I did pick up on right away after hearing your music. It's fantastic, and
Thanks.
Your songwriting really matured quite a bit. And it sounds great.
I appreciate it.
It was always good, but it's even better now.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
So tell me a little bit. How did you get started with playing? Because I know you have other interests and stuff, but what drew you to music?
Oh gosh, I started very young playing music, and my father and my uncle played country music. Actually, my mom met my dad. He was touring through Massachusetts. They eventually split up, and we came back to Massachusetts. But I've always kind of, when you know something, you're just drawn to it.
Right.
So I've been drawn to it, and it won't leave me.
Well, that's it. You have the bug, you have the passion. That's what it's all about. So you come from a country music background, basically, yeah?
I do, but I grew up a lot in Worcester, actually, from age 13 on. And I didn't start playing country music, even though everyone's like, well, your name's Houston, you should play country. I'm like, I don't like country. I liked rock and all different things. But a few years ago, about 6 years ago, I was about to okay, I'm done with music. I've got other things going on. I was like, well, I should play some country music before I completely, stop playing music. Mm-hmm. And so I started, and I was like, oh, this feels good. This is the best I've ever felt playing music, and my voice was natural for it.
Yeah.
And then, I spent time talking with my dad and who he's played with, like Tanya Tucker, my uncle, Reba recorded one of my uncle's songs years ago in the 90s. And then I just started playing them, recorded an album, and then I recorded a second album. Then we opened up for national acts, and, House of Blues and Royale, and, starting touring around and doing fly-out dates to Colorado and California. And I was like, wow. Then the third album, and I'm like, the video's going everywhere, and it's like, okay, I guess I'm not done playing music.
Yeah, wow. I don't know if you remember this, but I think it was probably over 20 years ago.
Oh, man.
You were here.
No,
and you did something with my daughter. You guys did a duet.
Yeah,
and I remember
Jessica.
It was really cool. And it was very independent sounding. It wasn't really rock. It wasn't really country, but it was some midway. And I thought it was a great tune the way you guys executed.
Thanks. Yeah, I enjoyed writing with her. We were both going to Worcester State at the time.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. A long time ago.
Yeah. Man.
So now the music that our audience hears when you play it, are these all your songs? You've written them all?
They're all on my album. Of the new album, there's 6 songs.
Yep.
I wrote 4 of them, and I played 2 of them that I did not write.
Okay, cool. Can you mention who wrote the other ones?
Sure. I co-write with Mary Haller.
Uh-huh.
She's signed to a publishing deal in Nashville, but she actually lives in Acton.
Yeah,
and then also PJ Jew, and they're co-writers. I apologize, I don't know their names offhand. PJ Jew, she lives in New York City and Nashville, and she's a great writer. I've written with both of them a lot. So I was like, hey, what are the songs you guys have?
Yeah.
Let me see if...
Now how does that work these days? Do you do it over the phone? Do you do it over the computer? Or do you actually get together in person?
Everybody's a little different.
Right.
The way I work with Mary, and she co-wrote 5 of the songs on the new album, actually.
Yeah.
I really like... I give her something that I wrote, and she's like, well, how about this? And we'll go back and forth sometimes on email and work tape.
Yeah, right.
And it works really well for us that way. Sometimes you sit in a room and write.
Yeah.
But with her, that kind of works. And sometimes we'll do Skype or Google Chat.
Wow, interesting.
With, friends that are in Nashville or whatever.
Yeah.
That kind of works.
Yeah.
And Kaz Gamble, he actually he set up shop in my house, and we did 3 or 4 days of recording and writing.
Nice. Yeah, he's a technical whiz, that kid.
He is.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And he used to work here.
Yeah, that's right. he did.
Yeah.
Again, about 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So what do you like best? Do you like performing or songwriting? Do you have a preference what you prefer to do?
Everything has its. I have my love for everything. It's all different. It's like when in the recording studio, right? It's a whole different element, and it's exciting in many different ways. And then playing live, when you get the energy from the audience. And I'm lucky to have an audience now. People showing up to my shows, because years ago I did not. That's a different energy too. They give you so much, and you want to give back, and you're performing, and you do stuff that you're just like, sometimes at shows I'll do like, split jumps and all these things that I shouldn't be doing at this point, hurting myself. And I'm like, I want to get back. And then, the writing thing, when you have a good song and you finish it in one writing session, sometimes they just pour out of you. I'm sure you've written in. They just pour out of you, and that's exciting too. You're like, ooh, this is going to be good. I can't wait to record
it just comes out of nowhere, it seems, right? That's
it's
always
like a gift.
Yeah, right? And you really feel great when that happens, because it's like, oh, I didn't have to work at this. It
Yeah.
just came out.
And then sometimes we work at something, and it's just like,
Yeah, right. So where do your musical influences come from?
Well, there's a variety of things. When you write, sometimes you're inspired from a new song or that sort of thing. But, it comes from all over the place, just living, really.
Yeah.
It's hard to say, like, oh, this, there's so many artists out there, and you have access to so many people, famous and not, that you just get inspired constantly.
Right. So in your process, what comes first, the music sound, the hook of the music, or the title of the song, or, excuse me, or the lyrics?
It could be anything. Sometimes it's the idea. Sometimes I get a melody of a hook, or, it comes in all forms. And sometimes, I want to say something or get something off my chest, or just kind of tell a story, or I'm feeling good about something. A lot of my songs, I've noticed, there's a song called Lucky Man, a song called We Made Out. All these songs are kind of the same thing. You're happy that you met somebody.
Yeah.
So I have a bunch of songs like that. They're, you write what you know. And
so you think most of your music is more positive and...
Yeah, and years ago, I think, gosh, when I was like 15, we had a video. I think it was Video Jam, or was it?
Yeah, it was the Pulse that evolved into Video Jam.
That's right. Yeah. And that song was called The Death Theme, and Kaz Gamble actually shot it. Was our first video.
Yeah.
And we shot it in a cemetery, and it was dark, and we shot it in the old Union Station.
I remember that. That's right, when it was all dilapidated.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was pretty dark.
We're going to find that video. Do you have it?
Maybe.
We should look for that, archive it, get it online, save it for
that's
posterity.
Hilarious. Gosh,
that was a fun time. So what's changed in your performing now? You mentioned that you're on tour, because I know we were someplace. I think we were. I don't know. I think it was Boston at the House of Blues, and we saw a poster of you performing in Boston. So where are you going? What's changed with your lineup, with your band? Has anything changed?
Well, the band doesn't change too much. I have my regular guys that I work with, recording and stuff, and then there's sub guys.
Yeah.
That, 2 of my guys right now are going on 2 days. No, tomorrow. They're leaving to go on tour for 6 weeks in Europe with a blues singer, and they're just a keyboard player and who is also singer. Yeah. Basically the co-lead, because he sings pretty much everything I sing. Yeah. Very well, and the guitar player is just amazing. Yeah. But all the guys are great, and my drummer actually is on tour right now. Yeah. Well, he's on a cruise, and they're taking him to the Mediterranean and South America and Antarctica.
So life of a musician.
Yes. So I've got my regular guys, but then
when it's good.
Yes, when it's good. And then my sub guys are also good. Yeah. So I'm lucky enough to play with a pool of amazing musicians.
You have a music book with all your tunes, the changes and all that, or they learn it on the road?
Yeah, a lot of people learn it on the fly. Just listen to it. But I try to keep some charts for the guys.
That makes life a little easier.
But the busy season is like festival season, like May through October, and mostly we play regionally, but we're getting out to do more flat dates. March, I'm probably going to go to California and stuff like that.
What kind of advice to some young musicians out there listening, and or they're aspiring musicians? Any advice for them?
Gosh, well, if I had to do it again, I wouldn't. I would tell myself not to be a musician, to be honest, which is not probably what you want to hear, because it's really, really hard. It's really hard.
It is.
And there's 1 out of 5 million that actually can make a decent living at it. But I would say, don't shoot for the stars always. Shoot for small goals and be happy with just being able to play music, because that in itself is a blessing. Sure. And a lot of people are, they, especially young people, they see these stars and go, oh, I love music and I want to be like that. But that is not, that's a really hard goal to obtain. Right. So if you enjoy playing music, play for 5 people, constantly try to improve.
Yeah.
If you're not improving, then you're shorting yourself.
So put the music first, and the other goals may happen. Right?
It may or may not, but
Right.
if you love music, I mean that
Right.
that should be your goal, just to
Right.
be able to play. And I remember playing in my room for years, just
Yeah.
me, and then I would play in front of people, and sometimes it'd be empty rooms. And
Right. Now, were you ever shy to play? I mean, did
Always.
you get the jitters and stuff?
I always
before you
get the
play?
jitter
Yeah.
before every
Still?
show. Oh yeah, still.
Yeah.
Still, and it's easier when you have a band that
Yeah.
you trust, that can back
Right.
you up. You're like, if I
Kind
mess
of like
up,
a buffer.
yeah.
Yeah.
I remember actually I was singing at Indian Ranch, which was a childhood dream. I was 12 years old, 13 years old, and I saw Sleepy the Beef at Indian Ranch, who used to play with my dad and my uncle touring. And I was like, oh, someday I want to be on that main stage at Indian Ranch. So last year, that came true, and we played again this year. But the first time I sang the national anthem, which I'd never done before, it's not as easy as you think it is.
No.
You're like, how can you mess up the national anthem?
Right.
And I served in the military and stuff, and I'm a proud veteran, and I love my country. So I went up there, I sang, and you're up there by yourself. And then all of a sudden, for me anyway, I'm up there going, and my mind starts wandering, and I'm like, what are the words? And where's my band? And all these people are looking at me. I'm by myself, no guitar. Like, am I singing the right notes? And next thing you know, I'm looping the song, so I start singing a part over again. Then the audience catches on, and luckily they didn't boo me.
You have to make it sound intentional.
Well, they start laughing. I'm like, uh-oh, why are they laughing? I'm like, oh, because I'm singing the same words. So they started helping me out.
Cool,
And
that's nice.
It was a nice moment, but still, like, I felt pretty embarrassed for a long time, to the point that I had to redeem myself the following year, and I sang at a couple other events. I was like, well, this was tough, and it's a challenge, and I've got to do it. I've got to conquer this. And so then I put the words in my hat, because I don't want to mess it up. Like, it's the
And
national
the
anthem.
rocket's red glare.
And I try to do it faster, too.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do it slower, and then your mind starts going. And a bunch of my friends, they sing at, Fenway Park, and they sing at Gillette. And I've had the opportunity, I'm just like, I don't know if I can do that yet. Because when you sing at those stadiums, it echoes, and you start hearing stuff.
Yeah.
And sometimes my mind starts wandering. I just really got to stay focused.
Yeah, you have to focus and keep it breathing. Make sure you start at the right key.
Yes,
Yeah.
start at the right key.
Because that high note comes, right?
Yeah, it's not as easy as you think.
No, I know. You have to give people credit whenever they do that and stand in front of the cameras and start singing the national anthem.
Yeah, so many people nail it, though, so good for them.
Yeah. So if I'm sure by listening to you here on WCCA TV, you're going to get some new fans and a new audience. And where can they access your music? Is there any place that they can turn to, and maybe they might want to pick up a CD or something? And
Sure. You can always go to, what camera are you on? Boom. You can always go to the website, HoustonBernardBand.com or HoustonBernard.com. We're on Spotify and all those things. And we still have CDs, so people that don't have, any online services, you can order the CD through the site or come to a show. And all that info is on the site as well.
So pick up his itinerary on the website and check him out. Pick up one of his CDs or two. It's almost Christmas time.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
it makes a perfect gift. Thank you so much for being
Thanks,
here.
Mauro.
It's so great to see you.
Pleasure.
Good luck with everything you're doing.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Thanks.
Well, that's it for today, folks. Thank you for watching. I'm Mauro DePasquale, and I'll look forward to seeing you on WCCA TV, The People's Channel.
This next song is called Wait For It. Found it out back in Grandpa's barn, clear as water in the mason jar. We were 16, chasing a high, spun off the lid, gonna give it a try. Kinda like the sun in a big blue sky, must be the reason they call it shine, call it shine. Dip back, throw back, go on and take a sip, and just wait for it, wait for it. You're gonna feel the kick, it's like that first time, summertime kiss. White lightning when it hits your lips, a little kickstart, flip your heart and hit it again. Just wait for it, wait for it. Red and Paul on County Road 3. Under the stars, just her and me. Mellencamp playing on the radio, trying to be front seat Romeo. Slid up close and put a hand on my chest, said, boy, don't you want to get a taste of this, taste of this. Dip back, throw back, go on and take a sip, and just wait for it, wait for it. You're gonna feel the kick, it's like that first time, summertime kiss. White lightning when it hits your lips, a little kickstart, flip your heart and hit it again. Just wait for it, wait for it. 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 All right, here's our first single off our third album. It's called We Made Out. There's a nice video for it. You can check it out online. They're going to play it later, actually. She was sitting there and not much more than a Mexico tan. Blue straw in and an empty glass with a book in her hand. Never thought a tiki bar or a fruity drink could get a girl like her to take a chance on a guy like me. Talked until the sun sank in the water. One thing led to another. We made out and I knew right then and there she was the one and I didn't care who was watching us kiss, giving us lip. They're still talking about how we made out. Some say love with that kind of start can never last, oh, but here we are. Margaritas in the backyard with little blue straws. A few moves, a few years later, still going strong. We made out and I knew right then and there she was the one and I didn't care who was watching us kiss, giving us lip. They're still talking about how we made out. Man, who would ever thought that first drink we got would be the best I ever bought? We made out and I knew right then and there she was the one and I didn't care who was watching us kiss, giving us lip. They're still talking about how we made out and I knew right then and there she was the one and I didn't care who was watching us kiss, giving us lip. They're still talking about how we made out. Yeah, we made out. Yeah, we made out. Yeah. Girl, we made out. Yeah, we made out. Yeah, we made out. They're still talking about how we made out. Yeah. All right, this next song is a song I wrote about following your dreams, no matter how long it takes. It's called Never Grow Old. There's a single candle blowing on my birthday cake. Guess you've all stopped counting, that's just fine. One more year on me than I had yesterday. Baby, age is just a state of mind. When you do what you love, you're forever young, and you never, 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 never grow old. No, you'll never, 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 never grow old. Darling, in your heart and watch your dreams unfold. And you'll never, 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 never grow old. I used to think that life was gonna pass me by. Seemed like everybody else had found their place. It means out I just needed a little more time. And you can bet that it was worth the wait. Don't turn back, don't give up. Find hope with every rising sun. And you'll never, 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 never grow old. No, you'll never, 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 never grow old. Keep following your heart and watch your dreams unfold. And you'll never, 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 never grow old. You're gonna get scared. You're gonna get tired. As long as you got that burning fire, you'll never, 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 never grow old. No, you'll never, 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 never grow old. Keep following your heart and watch your dreams unfold. And you'll never, 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 never grow old. This song I wrote is called What a Man Should Do. Wake up every day, 4 hours of sleep and my body aches. Sky's still dim, my thoughts are grim, don't know how much more I can take. And you're there beside me, your soft skin keeps me warm and it keeps me going. Whoa, 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 whoa. Every time I walk out the door, visions of you remind me what I'm fighting for. I'm just doing what a man should do, 24/7, 365, I do it all for you. The boss, the bills, the 401k, a new struggle every day. 2 steps forward, 1 step back, gonna live in the honest way. 'Cause you count on me to keep this home together, even when the cracks are showing. Whoa, 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 whoa. Every time I come back home, I see you smile, and all I know is I'm just doing what a man should do, 24/7, 365, I do it all for you. The dinner burns, the dishes break, account gets low, scrimping save. We take old clothes and sew the holes up tight or sober till to get that raise. You build me up, you fix my collar, girl, you always make me stronger. Whoa, 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 whoa. Every time I walk out the door, visions of you remind me what I'm fighting for. Wrestle with the traffic, punching the clock, racing home to you when the workday stops. And every time I come back home, I see you smile, and all I know is I'm just doing what a man should do, 24/7, 365. I do it all for you. Yeah, I'm just doing what a man should do, 24/7, 365. I do it all for you.